Hi, I'm Eric Westridge, and you're watching Startup Show San Diego, a startup TV show about startup companies. This week, we're at the Esri User Conference, and we're in the Startup Zone with Janine Jung of Mapillary. Hi, welcome.
Thank you, happy to be here.
So you're in the Startup Zone. Did startups find you, or did you find startups?
I found startups, but it was quite easy. I started working in tech at Google, and after I left Google, I felt like I wanted to work at a smaller organization where I could actually feel like I was having an impact. So I worked at local at Google, so it's very interesting that I found my way back to startups in the geo space.
So why Mapillary? Why this problem? How did this passion start?
So Mapillary is a really interesting approach to Street View, and what it does, just to give you some background, is it takes photos from any device to create street views so that you can actually do this on your own and really tell the story of your town or your city or your park with devices that you already own without necessarily needing to have a really expensive professional camera rig. So the reason why this really appeals to me, because it speaks to the power of the people, that when you put tools and mapping motivations in the hands of Joe Everyman or every woman, what you are able to do is to reach places that Google or anyone else can't necessarily, or any company rather, can't necessarily reach, and so humans are able to create maps in places that don't exist already.
So Janine, is this something I could do myself? I could go get my own area, my own neighborhood, or is this something that's collaborative, or both?
It is both, so it is a collaborative approach to Street View. You can absolutely do it. Your kids can absolutely do it because it's very simple. What you do is you download the Mapillary app in the iOS store or the Android Play Store, and what you then do is you turn it on, you walk, you bike, you drive, and all it does is it captures photos at intervals. When you get back to your house with Wi-Fi or your office, it uploads it and it creates a Street View-like experience from which you can extract geospatial data, which we then sell to local governments and people who are interested in making maps.
So what's the biggest challenge in rolling this out to everybody?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of mental buy-in towards the fact that there's Google Street View, it's terrific, it's great, why do we need anything else? And as a consumer, I can certainly respect that. As someone in GIS and geography who wants to use data out of Street View, it's not really easy to license data coming out of Google Street View. So what we provide is an open experience for you to not only contribute data to what we do, but to also take data out so you can use it in your work.
What impact have you had on a customer or somebody that you're most proud of?
So we really like empowering small cities and counties that don't have the budget of state-level agencies to capture lots of imagery for their professional purposes, and have kind of been behind the sidelines for a long time trying to get access to the data that they need that they've been to date doing very manually. So when you have a customer comes to you and say, hey, because of your tools, you've really changed the way I approach this problem, and I can do things much more efficiently, which at much lower cost, it really brings you a very good feeling. But beyond that, we're really thinking about folks in places outside of the US that don't even have maps, and the fact that they have access to Street View that they create by themselves to create maps that they like and can use for their work is actually very empowering as well.
So, when I interview you next year, what are you going to tell me differently next year than you're telling me today?
Well, next year I hope that we'll have graduated, first of all, from this era, which is for startups. We'd like to have more customers who are flourishing and are happy and are using our solutions. But we'd also, I think, actually like to get to another point in our technology where we're not just creating street-level imagery out of off-the-shelf equipment, but we're also doing much more interesting things with deep learning and computer vision to take out data from photos, again, taken by mobile phones, so that people can benefit from them.
So Janine, the most important question, how do people find Mapillary?
It's at mapillary.com.
Very good. Thank you for your time, Janine.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching Startup Show San Diego.